Something that happened today that I really want to share with you. I was at the gym today, okay? And there is this guy that I know, he takes his like gym sessions are very seriously, he's very focused, and he's very knowledgeable of what he does. And I was chatting with him, and then he told me about something that it hit me because I wasn't expecting that. He told me, Chris, you know what? Um, like I told him that, hey man, you should do X, Y, Z. You should do your own channel. You should do talk about things interest you. You're very extremely talented, like not talented, interested of what you teach to people. You're very um like knowledgeable about these topics. Why you don't start X, Y, Z? And he looked at me. He said, you know what, Chris? I'm very, very lazy. He said, and I can relate too. Like sometimes there are days that I feel very lazy as well. And I think as a human, we are all lazy one way to another, okay? But the reason why I want to talk about today is laziness for most successful people, or like people that are take things seriously in life, is coming from perfection. And perfection doesn't exist. So when you don't start something, you end up being at the same place where you were before. So basically, you can go to the gym. I'll explain you what I mean by that is that you go to the gym, you talk to people, and everybody asks you for help. And you feel like, okay, wow, I give a lot of knowledge to people. Now I can go home, relax, chill. But all the knowledge you have is only like given to three, four people. And why you don't make a living out of that? Especially if you're that curious. And it all comes down to, as he told me, I'm very lazy. And it hit me. Like it hit me because I'm like, okay, I'm also lazy, but I try things. I don't stop. I don't let my brain to tell me that I'm lazy. And the reason is that I believe our brains are made to be lazy. Like if I just like wake up whatever time that I want, do whatever I want all the time, I'm gonna be like a dumbass. So all of this talk that making is because just because you're lazy, okay, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do something. Some like laziness has nothing to do with your action. You can be lazy, but I still want you to do it. And that's what I do. I feel lazy most of the time. Like I feel lazy, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. Whatever I say I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it. That's all that matters. And even if I can't do everything, I'm gonna do my best to do it. So stop trying to be perfectionist because that doesn't exist. This is the truth. All the people that make something happen, they start from nothing. Look at YouTube, look at Instagram, look at people starting their business in 2025. Literally, like if you have curiosity towards something, you don't need shit tons of money to start something in 2025. So these are the things that I realize, like it's like, okay, you can be lazy, but that's not an excuse for you to not execute on things. That's why I I always say, like, you can't act based on your feeling. You gotta like respect your own word. And that comes from holding yourself accountable and controlling your impulses. I'm gonna leave it at that. But the whole point of this video is that if you're lazy, everybody's lazy. Okay? But that laziness may be coming from perfectionist. And if even if it's not coming from perfectionist, you can change that and tell yourself, yes, I'm lazy, but I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. Like I'm still gonna do 30 minutes instead of doing 2 hours. And you can always like make yourself do something that you don't want to do with time. I promise you, you can. And especially if you follow curiosity, your own curiosity, there's no one can stop you, because even if you're lazy, since you're curious, you will always find time to want to learn something on that specific field that you want to learn. This was very important for me today because you can be lazy. I'll give it to you. I think everybody's lazy one way to another, but you just can't not do. I think it's the disrespect to yourself. I really do think so. Because if somebody else around you, let's say it's not somebody else around you, if your mom, if your dad, or if your boss tell you what you should do, most likely you're gonna do it. Like most likely, let's say your boss, mom and dad, everybody's different, but let's say your boss, you're gonna do it. You have no option. You're getting paid, okay? But why you don't respect your own word and you have to do what you have to do? These stuff are, you really need to ask yourself these questions. And perfectionist doesn't exist. So stop giving giving a shit about what people will think or how the content will look or how people are gonna judge you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My English is not my second first language, okay? And when I talk, there is million things going on in my mind. There is no script on here. There is nothing. I'm just talking about things that interest me. That's it. And I'm also like I created this channel to share my journey of entrepreneurship because I'm going through things, I'm learning things every day. If I'm meeting people, I tell myself, I want to share this. And I want to look back years later and say, wow, these are the things that I was talking. And that's it. Ciao.